December 18th, 2022. The world was watching. Millions of people sat in front of their screens as Argentina stepped onto the pitch in Qatar for the final time. This was not just a football match, it was history waiting to be written. For 36 years, Argentina had waited for this moment. Generations had come and gone. Legends had risen and fallen. Dreams had been broken again and again. But on this night, everything changed. When the final penalty hit the net, time stopped. Argentina were world champions. And Lionel Messi, the man who had carried the weight of an entire nation, finally reached the top of football. A moment of silence turned into chaos. Blue and white flags filled the sky, and a team became immortal. But football does not stay in the past. It moves forward, and sometimes it moves forward very fast.
Now, a new question is being asked across the football world, not about what Argentina achieved, but about what comes next. Can Argentina defend the World Cup? Can this same team, built on emotion, experience, and unity, survive another brutal cycle of international football? Or was Qatar 2022 the peak of a generation that cannot be repeated? Because history in football tells a very harsh truth. Winning the World Cup is rare, but defending it, almost impossible. Only a few teams in history have ever done it, and none of them did it easily. Now Argentina stands in the most dangerous position in world football. They are no longer the hunters, they are the hunted. When you become world champions, everything changes. Every opponent gives 110% against you. Every match becomes a final. Every mistake becomes global news. Argentina now carries a target on their back. Before 2022, they played with freedom. Now they play with expectation. And expectation is heavier than pressure. It is invisible, but it crushes teams from the inside. Because the world is no longer asking if Argentina are good. The world is asking, can they stay at the top? At the center of everything stands Lionel Messi, the greatest player of all time, the man who finally completed football. But even legends are not immune to time. Every tournament, every year, every match brings a new reality. Around him, Argentina has built a strong system, a team based on discipline, structure, and unity. This is not a team of individual stars. This is a team that fights together. But football is evolving, and evolution never stops. One of the biggest questions facing Argentina is simple. What comes after Messi? Because every great era eventually ends. Even the greatest stories have final chapters. Argentina must now prepare for a future without their greatest player. And that is not just a tactical challenge, it is an emotional one, because replacing talent is hard, but replacing leadership is even harder. Despite the challenges, Argentina remain one of the most dangerous teams in the world because they have something many teams do not. Mental strength. This team knows how to suffer. They know how to win tight matches. They know how to handle pressure moments. When other teams panic, Argentina stay calm. This is what made them champions in 2022, and this is what keeps them dangerous today. Even when they are not dominating games, they are still winning them, and in tournament football, that is everything. But football does not stand still, and neither do opponents. Every top nation in the world is now studying Argentina. Their formation, their movement, their patterns, their weaknesses. In 2022, Argentina surprised teams. In future tournaments, they will not. Because now, everyone is prepared, and when a champion becomes predictable, they become vulnerable. Argentina's midfield has been one of their greatest strengths. It provides balance between defense and attack, it controls tempo, it breaks opposition rhythm. But midfield battles in modern football are becoming faster and more intense. Teams press higher, they attack quicker, they transition faster. This means Argentina must constantly adapt. Because controlling games is no longer enough, you must dominate them. Defensively, Argentina have shown resilience. They do not always play perfect football, but they defend as a unit. However, the World Cup is unforgiving. One mistake can end everything. One moment of loss in concentration can destroy months of preparation. And against the best attacking teams in the world, there is no room for error. In attack,
Argentina still rely heavily on moments of brilliance, individual magic, sudden creativity, unpredictable decisions. But modern football is moving towards structured attacking systems. Teams no longer rely only on moments. They rely on patterns. And that raises a serious question. Can Argentina still win through moments alone, or do they need a new system entirely? History is not kind to champions. Since the modern era of football began, very few teams have successfully defended the World Cup, and even fewer have done it in the modern game. Why? Because after winning, motivation becomes harder. Opponents become stronger. Pressure increases, and fatigue sets in. This is why defending champions often struggle, and Argentina is now facing that exact challenge. While Argentina prepares to defend their crown, the world is not waiting. France continues to produce elite talent. Brazil is rebuilding with new energy. England is reaching its strongest generation in years. Spain is evolving again. Germany is desperate for redemption. The competition is getting stronger, not weaker, and every one of these teams has one goal: take the crown from Argentina.
Football is not only physical, it is psychological. When you are champions, every opponent raises their level against you. You are no longer just another team. You are the target. Every tackle is harder. Every match is more intense. Every stadium is against you. And this mental pressure slowly builds over time until it either breaks you or makes you stronger. So where does this leave Argentina? They are not the strongest team on paper anymore. They are not the fastest improving team anymore, but they are still champions, and champions should never be underestimated because experience matters, and belief matters even more.
So can Argentina defend the World Cup? The answer is not simple, because football is not simple. If everything goes perfectly, they can do it again. But if even one small detail fails, the dream ends. What is certain, however, is this: Argentina will fight. They will suffer, and they will believe. Because champions do not give up their crown easily. They defend it until the very last moment. And now the world waits for history to decide once again.